Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
It's Murr.
I'm the problem, it's
Mister, I did properly and correctly predict that game. And I'm not taking a lot of credit because I've done this before.
So you can tell Rutledge that. That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's kind of a roller coaster. Sports is a roller coaster.
Matt, let me ask you a question.
My mind.
Matt.
I'm already tired, by the way. Just hearing all of this, I'm already tired and exhausted.
It was a day.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison with Matt Hamilton alongside John Audius. Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is the second and last Jim, Matt, and Molly of the holiday week. I am Jim Rutledge. I'm in the Everlight Solar Studio. I am joined by John Audius, which you know his name and voice from Badger Volleyball. He is with me in the Everlight Solar Studio. Hi, John. We got to turn your microphone on.
Hey, there
You're
it
the
is.
radio there.
Hey,
all right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my move,
That's
dude.
what we call
You
it,
got to turn
Hamilton.
the microphone on. Okay, gotcha.
As we hear Matt Hamilton's cackle from, I don't know, the lost time zone. I don't know where.
I told you like a million times where I'm at.
I know, but I don't understand it. You said people there have weird dialect. It is an hour and a half time difference. I feel like you're in some sort of Marvel universe that has some sort of wonky time system. I hope you return someday, Matt. It's like Poltergeist. I just assume you're in the TV, and hopefully you'll be able to come out someday.
I'm 2.5 hours in the future, Jim. That's all you got to know.
2.5 hours in the future. That does not seem real. But we are presented by Coors Light, Matt Hamilton. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
And poor Matt Hamilton, is it just like a Coors Light Thanksgiving then for you, or like what's your Thanksgiving? Because you are out of country, you will not be back for the American Thanksgiving, which should surprise nobody. Canada does not have the same Thanksgiving because an entirely different country. But so what are you doing? What does one do for Thanksgiving in Canada besides your curling?
I'll probably end up going out to a restaurant for dinner, and I'll probably get like cod tongues and cod cheeks.
A what now?
Yeah, you heard that right.
I don't even know
that right.
I didn't ask about your evening. I asked about
it's
your
a delicacy. So speaking of that, I might have told you to be an honorary Newfoundlander, which is very proud to be Newfies here. You got to get screeched in.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Are you just making up words?
I'm not. Newfie is short for Newfoundlander, and I'm in Newfoundland, and the tradition here is getting screeched in, and that's where you kiss a cod and then do a shot of this gnarly rum called Screech.
You were totally making up words.
No, I do some Newfie chants.
844-770-3776. Is Matt telling a truth or a lie? 844-770-3776.
So fish have tongues?
Yep. Big cod do apparently, and they're pretty good deep fried with bacon fat.
Are they just like really tiny? I mean, how big is a cod tongue?
Right.
Like, bigger than a cheese curd.
What? What kind of cod are out there?
Ryan, Pablo, you guys have any cod tongue?
I've never thought of eating a fish's tongue. That's the last part of the fish I've ever thought of eating.
I use this thing called Google.
What's the first part?
I would say the meat.
Okay.
Typically.
All right.
The cod tongue is actually a muscle in the codfish neck. So they're lying. Yeah, they're making stuff up.
Well, they call it cod tongue and cod cheeks. I didn't know they had cheeks either. I've never seen a cod smile.
Yeah, where are these cheeks? These front cheeks? Back cheeks?
I mean, walleye cheeks are a delicacy.
Wait,
you're lucky to get walleye cheeks.
Can I ask, Matt? You said they had a weird dialect there. Are you sure they're not just saying like cow tongue, not cod? Like this is not just a mispronunciation?
Well, I've had them before, and I would be absolutely ashamed of myself to call myself a foodie and not know the difference between a beef tongue and a fish tongue.
So what does a fish tongue taste like?
Fish. Yeah, it's just it's fishy just like you'd expect. It's a little denser, maybe. The meat's more dense than Hey, don't knock it till you try it. You'll have to come out to New
I know,
Orleans
but
sometime.
like as a foodie, Matt, you would have to agree that dense is not an appetizing word.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I would say like if the regular meat of a fish has the texture of like filet mignon, then like this is like more like a sirloin or a New York strip.
Like, Matt, if you were going to tell us about our great friends at Metcalf's Market, you wouldn't talk about their beef being dense. What would you tell us about them?
I would tell you how great that Piedmontese beef is. That's certified Italian heritage breed Piedmontese beef. You can only get it at Metcalf's at Wauwatosa, on the west side by Westtown Mall, and at Hilldale. And it doesn't stop at the meats. They've got specialty cheeses flown in from all around the world. Probably not Newfoundland, but Italy for sure, France for sure. And they've got Wisconsin specialties. You can get delicious aged Wisconsin cheddar there and all the accoutrement for your perfect Thanksgiving appetizer platter. And don't forget to sign up for Metcalf's members. They have thousands of coupons to save you money every single day. So it's free to sign up. Sign up for Metcalf's membership, and you can also save money, and you can also bring local home with Metcalf's Market.
Matt, have you figured out how to moo in Italian yet with your Italian beef?
No. I'll have to.
Please work on that.
I actually just played the Italian guys. I'll have to ask them about it.
All right, perfect. Ask them to
See if they've ever heard of Piedmontese beef before.
And ask if their cow is moo different than Wisconsin cows.
Yeah,
They California cows kind of have like a slang to them, like a hang 10 sort of moo.
Like moo.
844-770-3776. If you want to call in and give us your best Italian moo, I will take it. And otherwise, we want to talk some Packers. We got the Packers playing on Thursday. It's a weird week. Thursday night's even stranger. Like, I'll ask this one to both of you. Obviously, John, you're a Vikings fan. Matt, a Packers fan. The Bears play. I'm not thrilled. They're playing the Lions. It could either be a great Thanksgiving or a horrendous one. And really, honestly, it only depends on how Caleb Williams plays. I don't care if the Bears win or lose. I just want Caleb Williams to continue to look better and better. He is now a good betting. A lot of people are saying it's a good bet for Rookie of the Year because he's got good odds, but he keeps on climbing up the rankings now as his stats keep on getting better as he's got a new offensive coordinator. So that's all I care about. But Thursday night on Thanksgiving that's a rough one. Like, you're kind of spent from like the social part of it, the food part of it, the drinking part of it. If you're gonna, but during the day, then you got a lot of different things pulling you different ways. So if you're gonna watch your team play, and you can chime in 844-770-3776 on Thanksgiving, do you want the early or late game?
I'm going to chime in. I think the late game's actually not too bad because I think what happens, at least for me, around Thanksgiving with these early games, there's too many things happening. You want to spend time with family. You want to watch, whatever else is on TV sometimes if you have like little kids or whatever. So I think the night game is almost perfect because you can do all the Thanksgiving stuff. You can maybe go out and go for a walk if your family does that or whatever. But by the time you come home, now you can focus a little bit more on football. So I think the night game's perfect.
I'm going to push back on that a little bit. I prefer the day game because everyone always has a job in Thanksgiving. I like to knock mine out right away when it's turkey. I smoke it, then it's done. Set it, leave it, let it be good to go for dinner. By the time the night game rolls around, I'm sleeping. I've had too much turkey. I'm full. I sat down and maybe had a delicious bourbon of some sort, and I'm no longer going to be around in this world. I am falling asleep, and you might as well not wake me up until Black Friday.
That's actually a good point. I mean, there is that risk. It is Thanksgiving. Yeah. There is the risk of the sleepiness, for sure.
Well, and then the trade-off is, like, for my Thanksgiving, we go down to my in-laws. It works out nice. I'm hopeful again this year that the Thanksgiving table sometimes is too full for everyone to sit at it. So me and my father-in-law, we'll make the sacrifice and we'll sit on the couch without the table so we can watch the game. Yeah. It's often the Bears or Packers, and I get a chance to watch the game, eat my turkey, enjoy all that. The kids are eating, and then they have some cousins and other family around that they're going to play with, so like they're distracted. My wife's talking to her family, so then I kind of just get to chill and enjoy that. When I get home from Thanksgiving, I got to get the kids to bed. You got to do all this other stuff. There's so much going on that by the time I sit, if the game is like cooked by halftime, I'm like, all right, I guess I'm just going to pass out on the couch.
Gosh, that's a good point. But if I had to rank, I would go nighttime, then I would go early game, and then I would go last place. I don't want that 2:30 kickoff type of game, 3:30, because
it's right in the middle of dinner.
Oh, that is right in nap time. That's nap central for me. Like that late afternoon. No, I'm not watching any of that game. I'm falling asleep for the majority of that game.
So I am curious. Everyone, it's Thanksgiving dinner, right? We eat at like 3. That's not dinner.
No,
it's not dinner.
We eat earlier than that.
Yeah, we eat more of a lunch for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I guess I get it, but I also hate it.
Well, that's a
I
whole
don't want to
actually.
eat that because then I have to eat again, and then everyone's like, "Do you want leftover turkey?" It's like I just had like half a turkey 3 hours ago. Like, no, I don't want turkey.
Yeah, you kind of get screwed, right?
Yeah.
You only get one meal if you
Yeah.
eat too late.
Yeah,
So-
I think there's a serious problem with the time we eat Thanksgiving dinner.
To fix it.
I think
Eat it earlier.
Yeah, you can. Nobody's. It's not like a national time you have to eat at.
Start. See you later, family. All you guys that want to eat dinner at 3, suck it. I'm going somewhere else.
Until you figure out this time thing,
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm going back to Newfoundland.
So actually, it reminds me, one of the things you said there is a pet. It's not a pet peeve of mine, but it's like an older phrase. But like the idea of lunch and supper, and dinner. So I believe, because my youngest was reading, what's the Little House on the Prairie, that dinner is actually lunch to some, and supper is the dinner. And so like that's where it's kind of like, I don't know if it's a farm slang or if it's just an old timey slang.
That's funny because my mom always calls lunch dinner, and I'm always like, you mean later tonight, Mom? You don't mean lunch? Like, so that's weird.
I'm gonna look this up here.
And she's from southern Minnesota, like back in the day, like Little House, not Little House on the Prairie times, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you're onto something.
I have to look it up. So here, dinner as the principal meal of the day. Supper, on the other hand, has 3 definitions: an evening meal when dinner is taken at midday, a light meal served late in the evening, an evening social type of meal. So I guess it's a little bit fungible. So one of the meanings I had fell in there would be a light meal served after. No, it would be the first one. The evening meal when dinner is taken at midday. Taken at midday. This is from the dictionary. So like in this case, Thanksgiving dinner would be at midday, anyway. And then you have supper.
Yeah, according to that.
Sounds better.
Supper?
I'd rather start. Let's just start calling dinner supper.
No, I don't like supper. No, I don't like the word.
Wait, you don't like supper?
No, it sounds like made up word. Like it grates against my ears.
Sounds like something Matt made up.
Technically, Jim, all the words are made up.
All right.
If you really want to get into it.
Hey, man, like, what are we even doing on this earth? Like, what is time?
They're just noises.
Right, Matt, I mean, you're just, like, what time is it really where you're at? Half hour? 2.5 hours? What's it matter, man?
Time doesn't exist, man.
What's it matter?
It's just
We're here together right now,
It's
right,
just
Matt?
a social construct. Well, now we know what Matt's been doing up in his weird time zone. Matt's actually at his house in McFarland. It's just his mental state is in Newfoundland. 2.5 hours in front of us. We've now finally come around to what is going on with that. But
take that for data.
You can chime in on the perfect time for the Packer game to be 844-770-3776. Kevin in Lodi chimes in. Hike, late breakfast, turkey at 4, go Pack go. So that is his Thanksgiving timeline there. Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, chimes in. Supper club, eating in a social environment. So there's that as well. So 844-770-3776. Do you call it supper or dinner? And what is supper and dinner to you? Like, this is just kind of like words are hard, man.
Jim, can you believe the chance that my family took on letting our psychedelic advisor buy our Packer tickets?
He is the one that bought your Packer tickets. That was a text chain. I remember telling Ryan during the break, I'm like, let's see if Matt wants to figure that out with Ryan, because I'm not going to try to work that out in the air. So how did that – give us the cliff notes on this. How did this happen?
So his girlfriend's family owns a restaurant McFarland called Angelo's.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've heard you talk about them, yeah.
Yeah, my parents frequent it. I've known Tara for a while, and she asked if she could buy the tickets from my family. And I didn't even put 2 and 2 together when I got a random text from Ryan saying, hey, did the psychedelic advisor take your Packer tickets and sit in your seats at the Packer game? Yes, the answer is yes. And there's a great risk in that. If you get kicked out, you're out. You're done. Those tickets are gone. So
yeah, but
you did a good job, Rob.
As a psychedelic advisor, he's probably pretty chill.
Who is it? What are you guys talking? He's a psychedelic advisor? I missed a whole bunch.
Yeah, that's Ryan is our self-proclaimed psychedelic advisor for the show. So if you have any psychedelic questions,
Not Ryan in the producer's room.
Oh,
yet.
yeah, I was gonna
On the
say,
talking text
really?
line.
no, right?
Okay.
Ryan, yes, it's like Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, chiming in on talking text line. He is, I guess, a shaman. Like, so if you
For real?
I don't know.
Oh,
He's
okay.
self-proclaimed.
No, he's our shaman.
Yes, he will take you on if you want to do a Aaron Rodgers type journey, Ryan will volunteer his services.
Okay,
So,
can you get us to a dark cave as well if we need that?
that's actually Ryan. Ryan, roll or shine, will get us to a dark cave. But
Here's
you
the
don't
thing,
want to
anyone
go.
who enters that dark cave never leaves.
Yeah, so. Well, now Ryan, the psychedelic advisor, is trying to dox your seats, so we're not going to do that, though. So if anyone was curious, though, I can just give out the Hamilton section in row. They can just claim they're part of the Hamilton clan and then get them kicked out of the games going forward. I won't dox your seats, Matt. At Canopy Wealth Management, they are a fee-based advisory firm. They don't chase commissions, and they never back gimmicks or instruments that chase single-day returns or put your long-term goals at risk. The team at Canopy creates strategies that are tailored to your needs and goals. Canopy Wealth Management, care, competence, and clarity aren't just buzzwords. They're a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started with them today. That's canopy-wealth.com. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every week to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, including one featured dive bar that will offer $2 High Lifes and High Life Lights for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like Ideal Bar, Hooterville, The Dam Bar and Grill, and Madison VFW 8483.
The number 7 just got a whole lot luckier because of Pizza Hut's $7 Deal Lovers menu. Enjoy all your Pizza Hut favorites from pizza, pasta, boneless wings, melts, cheese sticks, desserts, and so much more. All for $7 each when you buy 2 or more. With this lucky deal, you don't have to choose between great taste and great value. You can have both at Pizza Hut. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Hi, this is Dennis Semrau from Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania here on 100.5 ESPN. We're very excited to partner with UW Credit Union to help bring you even closer to the stories of great young student athletes. Each week, as part of this season of Prep Mania, will feature the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. UW Credit Union is proud to support local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. And just like the fantastic student athletes we'll be telling you about all season, UW Credit Union's online banking also goes above and beyond with top-rated service and security that exceeds industry standards. UW Credit Union is here for you, presenting the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week. Learn more at uwcu.org.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Black Friday is Cash Friday at Ho Chunk Game in Madison. On Friday, November 29th, starting at 5 p.m., 18 winners will each take home a cash prize between $500 and $2,500 in our Cash Friday promotion. And at 8 p.m., one winner will take home the $40,000 grand prize. Plus, November 29th is Ho Chunk Day. And we're celebrating by giving the first 500 guests visiting our Rewards Club booth $25 in rewards play. Cash Friday is a holiday tradition at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
November savings are stirring at Metro Kia of Madison. The 2024 Kia Sportage is available with 0% APR financing for 48 months, $20.83 per thousand borrowed. You can also check out the 2024 Kia Sorrento at 0% APR financing for 48 months, $20.83 cost per thousand. Browse their inventory at MetroKiaMadison.com. That's MetroKiaMadison.com, and hurry into Metro Kia Madison today before these November savings fall away.
Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Friday for Fish Friday. Brought to you by Off-Broadway Draft House, Madison's favorite spot for a Friday fish fry.
When I see the connection, though I see, I don't stare. Though I see, I don't stare. When I'm lost in my reflection.
It is Fish Friday here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Listen to Fish music all day today on Jim, Matt, and Molly. Jim Rutledge, John Audius, and Matt Hamilton with you. Me and John are in the Everlight Solar studio. And you get into the show 844-770-3776. We did ask at Jim, Matt, and Molly. You can watch this show on YouTube. You can listen back Wisconsin on the Man. And you also can follow us along on social media, Jim, Matt, and Molly. So we asked a question. Since we're off tomorrow, we have to get out our one Packers question on Thanksgiving, which is the worst time to watch your team play during the Thanksgiving holiday. And right now, 43% of you say morning/noon. Then afternoon is number 2, and then night. So I guess people are geared up for the night game coming up here. And then also, I want to talk about the Packers. Usually on a Tuesday we do, which is a more true statement. Are they a top 5 offense, top 5 defense, top 5 QB, or some version of that? But John had a good idea that we'll pass the halfway point, but we're looking forward for the Packers. And the question is, we're going to ask today is, which group will be top 5 by the end of the season? Or are we putting a quarterback into this, John? Are we doing offense, defense, and quarterback? Or
I believe the way we settled on was which category are the Packers most likely to finish the season top 5 in? Offense, defense, or total wins this season?
Or total wins, that's right. 844-770-3776. You can chime in on that question as well. Matt, what do you think?
I think they can get into top 5 offense, especially if Jacobs keeps playing the way he has the last couple of weeks. It's going to open up the passing game. LaFleur, we all know he can coach. He can scheme it up, and if that play action is working and defenses are biting on it, Jordan Love can make him pay, especially the way Matt LaFleur just kind of schemes players open. So I think they can get top 5 offense. And if they get top 10 defense, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be defense here for the answer, but I think I might go. I have to look at the. Bring up the schedule. Where's the schedule? Where's the rest of the schedule? Let me bring that up.
So they got the Dolphins, and then I know they have the Bears on the schedule. They have the Lions and the Vikings both on the road on the schedule. Saints and Seahawks. Seahawks are on the road as well.
You know what? I'll probably go offense then, too. I wanted to say total wins, but I don't know, man. You got the Lions and the Vikings still another time. I think those are going to be pretty intense games. Not saying they can't win them, but I think I'm going to go offense. I think overall, because they're right now, what are they, top 5? Are they number 5? They're right there, if not. So
in ESPN's power rankings today, they also threw out the FPI rankings for every team in the league based off offense,
which
defense,
stands
special teams.
for what?
Yeah.
Football Power Index, a very scientific term.
So it's
Matt.
ESPN's algorithm. It's not like so. I guess the question is, we doing it off traditional stats? Because like for points and yard, like they're kind of top 10 in all these categories, the key offensive categories. They're not. I don't think they're top 5 in any of them, but they're top 10 in a lot of them.
So is the best way to measure it in points, scoring offense?
I think we have to do it on scoring offense because points matter.
Okay.
I think that's the most important part of it. You need to score touchdowns to be a top 5 offense. You got to pass that eye test a little bit. John, you have the numbers in front of you?
Okay, yeah, I've got top points per game. The Packers are not in the top. Well, 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot, this is a touchscreen. I was trying to count. They're like close to top 10. Give me a second.
I eyeballing it. I thought they're in the top 10. Yeah, so
8th.
So they're getting top 5. I would agree with you. Top 5 offense is the most realistic. Now, Minnesota's defense causes a lot of issues for a lot of different quarterbacks and teams. Same with Detroit. And Seattle, at Seattle, is not going to be fun. So, like, that's going to kind of jam them up a little bit, I think. I think that could hurt their ability. But wins, if you look at the reverse of it, wins doesn't seem realistic. And so, because you're going to have, because this is not NFC, this is overall. And I just think you'd have the Chiefs and the Bills and the Eagles and the Lions all likely to be in front of them for that, let alone Minnesota. I think Minnesota.
What if we switch it to NFC? Top 5 NFC?
Well,
I mean, they are.
Yeah, no, top 5 NFC, yes, they could get that. But we want to make it hard. So that's why I still would go. Because defense, again, top 10 defense is probably the right number. So the most realistic one. And if we didn't pull this one, I don't think Jordan Love, however you're breaking out the statistical categories, is going to finish as a top 5 QB. I think in the 9-10 range is probably where he'll settle in, which is kind of where I think he is.
Top 10, that's fine.
Yeah, I think he's top 10 QB.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to go with offense for sure. If you is it? I understand you want to make this a little bit harder, but I mean that's telling me when you say you want to make it harder that you are almost like guaranteeing them a top 5 spot, saying that other teams like the Commanders won in the win column, the Falcons a couple of back in the win column, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, that none of these teams can catch them is what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, I would put them, so again, I don't have it in front of me, but I would put, if you're going overall, so you got Kansas City and Buffalo, I think the Packers aren't going to catch them. Right. And Matt, you can chop enough this. In Detroit and Philadelphia, they're not going to catch them. So that's 4 in front of them, without a doubt, no chance of catching. Matt, do you?
Correct.
And I'd probably put the Ravens. I mean, I guess the Ravens are going to be in a tougher division. So you also want to account for like what division are they in?
Sure.
And that's where it gets a little tough, you know. But I think Minnesota, like, what does Minnesota have left on the schedule?
Let me pull it up.
They got the Lions.
They got the Packers.
But I mean,
go.
I mean, that could be the game that decides the top 5 wins.
Hold on, I gotta go.
We have the Seahawks still. They haven't played them yet.
Well, the Bears don't play the Seahawks either, so I don't know exactly how that breaks out.
Oh.
844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. Which category are the Packers most likely to finish in the top 5 this season?
By the way, Vikings, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears, and Seahawks and Packers.
Okay, so Seahawks. So, like, no Detroit. So, actually, I would say the Packers is the toughest game left for them.
Yeah, and at Detroit to end the season.
Okay,
yep.
at Detroit to end the season.
Yep.
So, their schedule is very similar to the Packers.
Yeah,
so that Packers-Vikings game could come down to see who finishes second in the NFC North. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the fair part of it. 844. So maybe Wentz is on the table. Defense is not. 844-770-3776. It's weird they can finish top 5 wins but be a 3 seed or 4 seed.
By the way, when we look at defense, are we then using points per game allowed?
I think that's the defense is trickier because like turnovers count for it. Because
we're just using vibes for defense. It's strictly based off vibes. We're not measuring anything.
I think defense should be strictly measured off turnovers.
Yeah,
exclusively
off of turnovers.
And more specifically, interceptions.
Matt, we're gonna ask Jason Wilde about that on the other side. But what line of Kugels are you missing in your weird time warp area?
I mean, other than all of them, I'm missing the Leinenkugel original. Right now, you still can get that Oktoberfest. It's a fantastic beer. I miss that Leinenkugels Oktoberfest. And I tell you what, they've got a flavor for every moment. Maybe I want to feel like it's summer again. I can get into that Lakeside Cherry. They had the Juicy Peach. That's fantastic. The shandies always bring it, whether it's the lemon shandy or the grapefruit shandy. And they've got a ton of other beers, too, for you to choose from. So go check out Leinenkugels wherever you get delicious beer. But you got to be 21 years or older to enjoy it.
I think I'm going to ask Jason Wilde this when we talk to him because we're all like in a ballpark of age. Matt, I think, is the youngster in this. But Pablo and Ryan don't count in this one behind the glass here at the Everlight Solar Studio. But at what age? Because I was texting with Matt, a mutual friend of ours, David Scharfman. And we were kind of just texting back and forth. And I was like, nothing really new with me. I hadn't talked to him in a while. It's like, nothing new with me. And I said, like, at this point in life and an age, like, no news is good news. Like nobody really wants any life-changing news like in their mid-40s. Like, Matt, you're a little younger, but like there is an age. So at what age is no news, good news? 844-770-3776. Because, like, you own a house, you have the kids that you want, you're married, like, you like your job.
As opposed to the kids you don't want.
Right. What if you're like 75 or 80? Like, no news is probably great news.
So, like, when does it start, though? Like, that's my question of, like, at that point.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're in your 30s, you still, maybe you want more kids.
Well, Jim, you just gave it away that you and David are there. And you're just in your early 40s.
It could be 40.
You know what? No, because I think at some point as you get older, like your kids get older, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
And then, and then like your kids start accomplishing things, and then you've got great news.
You got grandkids. Yeah, so that's that part. So
yeah. So I bet you it doesn't start till pretty late. I bet you like we're talking retirement age.
That's
maybe.
fair. That's fair.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
I want to ask a question. What's the age? 844-770-3776. What is the age where no news is good news? When does that start? 844-770-3776. We'll talk to Jason Wilde on the other side.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Kevin Bozeman, and when I'm in town, I'm making sure I'm always listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN. Even when I'm on air, I still listen to myself because that's how great that show is.
Matt Hamilton here for Leinekugels, the craft beer that showcases a commitment to tradition and quality, founded in 1867 in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. No matter where I'm at, on the ice, on my boat, or if I'm just watching the big game, I always have a Leine's in my hand. Whether it's the refreshing summer shandy, the smooth honey vice, or my personal favorite, the juicy peach, there's a delicious flavor for every moment. Pick it up wherever you get delicious beer, but remember, you gotta be 21 years or older to enjoy.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Steinhaffel's biggest Black Friday sale ever is happening now. Take $100 off every $14.99. Plus, get a $100 MasterCard for every $14.99 you spend. Or choose Steinhaffel's 0% 60-month financing. Save big on all the best mattress brands and find amazing Black Friday doorbusters like a recliner just $199. Sofas starting at only $299. Shop in-store and online at steinhaffels.com. Steinhaffel's Black Friday sale. 1 week only.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. Equinox EV and the all-new Equinox offer award-winning quality and style to see you through the holiday season. See why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit stoughtonhealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m. Save up to 50% and more throughout the store on Friday-only super deals while supplies last. Like select pet beds, just $9.99. 40% off Continental Pizza Ovens, $29.99. Save $250 on select 4-packs of DeWalt tool batteries. And select Schleich animal figurines are Black Friday priced, buy 2, get 1 free. Save up to 50% and more during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
Tune into Jim, Matt, and Molly every Friday for Fish Friday. Brought to you by Off-Broadway Draft House, Madison's favorite spot for a Friday fish fry.
Jason, quick
You
question.
are one of one.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
Help me understand a little bit more clearly what you're asking.
Did you ever hear it called Don't Go Jason Waterfalls?
Is this Matt Hamilton?
So I kind of just thought of this question on the spot. So it needs to be workshopped a little. I'm not going to lie.
That's the same as Matt.
Jason Wilde is on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
We get Jason Wilde a couple days before the Packers game against the Dolphins on Thanksgiving. By we, I mean me, Jim Rutledge. You'll be shocked, Jason, that Matt Hamilton is here on stream. He's from Newfoundland, Canada right now with a 2.5-hour time difference, which is, I don't understand it. And then we also have John Audius with us in the Everlight Solar studio. And Jason, before we get to all the Packers stuff, and you can ask John any questions you want about volleyball, I want to ask you, at what point do you think that you first reach the age that no news is good news? Because I was texting with David Scharfman, friend of the show from Just the Cheese, and we're texting back and forth. And like, yeah, I got really nothing new going on. And then we're kind of like, at this age, I'm 44, like, it's kind of good if I don't have any big life changes going on.
Ooh, wow. I didn't see this coming at all. First of all, love David and love Just the Cheese. And loved him on Shark Tank.
Yes.
Secondly, I don't think I'm at that age yet, but I'm also always nervous. Like, this is something that I'll eventually get a therapist for. But I always feel like things are going really well. I'm always like, I have to be on high alert because every time I let my guard down, something not so great happens. So I am going to punt on this question completely because I don't want to talk about how well things are going. And God only knows what's going to happen tomorrow now.
I respect the little bit of being a little bit neurotic right there. I respect it, Jason. So we all got our own imposter syndrome is mine. So like everyone's got their own neuroses. So
I don't think imposter syndrome is an issue with you. You just are an imposter.
That is true. That is true.
I'm just kidding.
It validates Dear Diary.
Kidding.
Now I have to get a therapist. Unbelievable, Jason. So
That's what I'm here for.
We had Tauscher on, and he got upset yesterday when I basically said, like, I said the Packers win against the 49ers is like, it's an impressive win, but I don't have a narrative to write off of it. Of like, and not literally right, but like, there's not like, okay, you didn't beat the 49ers. You beat them in name only. But this Dolphins game to me is actually a really good test for the Packers. And if they can come out of a short week of playing the 49ers, which they didn't get beat up physically playing the 49ers because it was not a drag them out game, and then beat a streaking Dolphins team, like that sets them up for the rest of the year to finish with a, I don't know, top 6 record in the NFL in total wins. So to me, this Dolphins game is the one that I'm going to look at and say, I have a better feel about who the Packers are now at this point in the season more than I do after the 49ers game.
Yeah, only because of who they were missing. We just got
Yes.
done with Jeff Halfley and Adam Stenovich and Rich Bisaccia and talking to Halfley. I mean, look, they didn't have their franchise left tackle who's been to like 78 Pro Bowls, and they didn't have their starting quarterback. So, were they that dominant? I mean, you got to give them credit, right?
Yes.
They shut down Christian McCaffrey, and the game, it wasn't like the game was a blowout right from the jump. So it's not like the 49ers were the ones who took McCaffrey out of the game necessarily.
Yep.
But they played really good defense. So, and especially given how they performed against the Bears, that was pretty important that they did that. So, I think it does count for something. But you're right. And again, if you want to pick Thursday night apart, we'll be able to do that too, right? Like, oh, it's Miami. They had a travel short week playing in the bitter cold. Like if the Packers win that game, we can probably downgrade them for that too. But the bottom line is that they are in a position now after beating the Bears, beating the 49ers, and if they can beat the Dolphins on Thursday night, now you're riding a 3-game winning streak. You got another wonky week schedule because even though you're playing on Thursday, you're not getting the following mini bye right after it. Instead, you've got like a regular week sort of, because it goes Thursday to Thursday like it did in 2007 going into that game in Dallas when Rodgers had his kind of coming out party, and then in 2015 after they lost to the Bears on Thanksgiving night here. So it's still kind of a weird schedule, but at least it's a full week that they'll have coming back. But to me, the momentum that they could have heading into Detroit is enormous.
Yep.
And to me, that's the biggest benefit if they're able to get the job done on Thursday night, is that they are then riding another 3-game winning streak, which I think, if I'm remembering correctly, they were riding going into the Lions game and then obviously lost to the Lions to put it, I think there were 4 games, if I remember right now. They were on a winning streak, though, bottom line, and then the Lions put a stop to it. And will they do it again? I don't know. You mentioned you irritating the big fella, and he's endured some critiques for saying that the Packers are the second best team in the NFC, and he's pulled it back a little bit. He's not a believer in Nick Sirianni, but he's acknowledged now that maybe he was selling the Philadelphia Eagles short, that they're not tremendous slouches. So, look, there's a lot to be written here in this season still, and I'm eager to see what the Packers do, because the other game that remains on the schedule, and there's multiple interesting games left on the schedule, don't get me wrong, but the team that everyone just continues, I made a Caddyshack reference there, the team that everyone continues to, I get no respect, are the Vikings, who just keep winning. No matter what you think about them, and no matter what you think of Sam Darnold, they have won 4 in a row, and they are certainly in a position to be on a pretty good roll themselves.
Yeah, they just keep winning, and then you're watching it like me on Sunday, and then it cuts to America's Game of the Week, and you don't even get to watch the end, and you can't figure out, why can't Fox just put like a little picture-in-picture on the screen or something like that? Direct me to another station just to check out the ending. I'm sorry, you got me down a different path there, Jason, but I agree with...
I know you're a Vikings fan, and we talked about it when you came on our show when we had the big news about having the volleyball broadcasts, but I didn't bring that up to rub it in. I would have happily given you my NFL Plus password so you could watch the rest of the game. You just got to text me.
Okay, well, next time I'll text you if that ever occurs where the game is getting really close to the next game and you're not going to be able to watch it because Fox can't figure that out or probably can't do what I want them to do. But real quick, back to the Niners game. I was going to ask you, I was going to say that I think Packers fans should be extremely happy that they beat the Niners the way they did because of everything you just said, without quarterbacks, without left tackles, and so forth. But how would you, I guess, categorize how Packers fans should be feeling about that win? I said extremely happy. I don't know if that's a little bit too much or not enough. I mean, because the way I look at it, Jason, is, well, you did exactly what you're supposed to do when you face a team like that. You're supposed to beat them 38-10 if you're a really good team. And I think I think they kind of followed that, that plot point.
Yeah, look, I think if we're being honest, we all recognize the pieces that they were missing are really big pieces. And you're right. They did what they were supposed to do, which is not always easy, right? The last 2 weeks, the Packers and your Vikings, poor Matt Hamilton, he zooms in from Newfoundland and he's with a Bears fan and a Vikings fan. But the both of those teams in previous weeks barely did what they were supposed to do against the Bears, right? I mean, the Bears, and this isn't me taking shots at Jim, like they were reeling, right? You had the Hail Mary play. It compounds, basically Washington beat them for 3 weeks straight because of the way that played out. Then they make the change. They get a little bit of a bump. But the bottom line is that the Packers had a hard time taking care of business, and so did the Vikings. And so let's not underestimate, especially against a team that still has some really good football players and a really good head coach, that it was valuable for them to be as – and they weren't as dominant as the score made it look, obviously. Like, if Christian Watson doesn't butterfinger the touchdown right before the half and it's 24-7, I mean, it's kind of basically the same effect that Jordan Love's pick six had in the Packers' loss to the Lions. Is you score like that in that moment at that end of the half, doesn't matter that the 49ers are getting the ball back. Instead, 49ers are getting the ball to start the second half. They're thinking, all right, we dodged a bullet. It's 17-7. We go down, we score a touchdown at 17-14. So give the Packers defense credit, right, for getting the stop. But it doesn't become a blowout until they have the 3 turnovers, which I think 2 or maybe all 3 were in the fourth quarter. Like, it was a misleading final score, but against a team that has ended 3 of your 5 seasons under Matt LaFleur, I think there's a ton of value in it. But I want to see how they parlay it into this game, because this feels like, to me, and I was wrong about Packers 49ers. I thought it was going to be a nip and tuck game for the reasons I just mentioned, and I turned out to be wrong on that. But this does feel like a game where you're thinking they've got some momentum, they're playing at home, they're not the team that's unaccustomed to the cold weather they're going to be playing in. This feels like a game where they should get the job done, and I just find myself wondering if this is one of those games where maybe the warm weather team says, forget your narratives, we're going to come and give them everything they got, and we'll see how it turns out.
Nice. Jason, I really am curious if Tauscher still thinks that the Packers drove that playoff chance-ending dagger into the 49ers the way he was touting it all last week if we got this win. Does he still believe that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't believe me. There's a lot of things I've learned since we launched the show in 2016. Speaking for him is one lesson that I have taken to heart, and I won't do that. I will just speak for me and say, if he thinks that they daggered him with that win, he's an idiot. Because
so did Jim.
that was a joke. But I disagree with him, would be what I would really say, because again, I keep looking at the NFC West, and Seattle and Arizona are 6-5, and the Rams and the 49ers are 5-6. I'm not saying that the winner of that division is going to finish sub 500 and be 8-9, but I think they're probably going to be 9-8. And as much as you would love, because look, you're a Packers fan, Tausch is a Packers fan, as much as you would love for that to have been the dagger for them, and I know they got other tough games on the schedule. They got a Lions matchup at home. They are going to Buffalo
Bills
this Sunday, right? So they may not recover, but I don't think a team like that has done what they have done. I'm not, they're like Freddy Krueger or Jason or whoever else. Like, if they're the team that haunts your nightmares and you're a Packers fan, I'm not going to go hide behind all the chainsaws. I'm going to get into the running car and get the hell away from them. But the bottom line is that they're not dead until they're dead. And as much as you want them to be dead, I won't say that.
Well, and I kind of said that if you just reversed it and the Packers in this situation, you'd be like, well, it's a championship medal team. They still got a chance. So, like, clearly San Francisco has a right to sell themselves on a chance. Jason, I want to ask a Badger question, and I don't know where you fall as far as, like, obviously you don't cover the Badgers anymore. If you're a fan, I know you're an alum, but my question is, like, this game, we had Ben Strickland on, who John might remember, like, Ben Strickland matters to...
I remember.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't know who he is.
Right,
I don't
with
know if
at
Pablo,
Minnesota.
Yeah, so I had to explain Pablo and Ryan who Ben Strickland was. He's the one that recovered the block punt by Jonathan Casillas, Barry Alvarez's last Axe game. But we had him on, and he said that, like, this is the most important game for him. To me, this Badger game is, and I'll just ask the question like this, of, like, this Badger game is the most important Badger game for the program since when? It's senior day, it's bowl eligibility, it's Axe, and it's honestly, as weird as it sounds, it's vibes going into the offseason. Like, it is a different feel for this program if they lose to Minnesota. So Jason, just as an outsider and as an alum, like, where does this game fall as far as importance to you as a fan? Because all those things matter to fans and players.
Yeah, well, it definitely matters to the program, right? And they can say that it doesn't, and they can say that, it's all about the seniors or the Axe or whatever else. But you definitely don't want to backslide. You definitely don't want to have that streak, and that streak matters. And the fact that it's against the Gophers, who are a legitimate rival, even though, for so long Wisconsin had owned the Axe. I think this is, now let's be clear, it's a huge game for such different reasons, right? Like, the Minnesota game had been huge in previous years before NIL and the transfer portal and everything else, because you were still keeping hope alive of a Rose Bowl or college football playoff berth, or at least you wanted to lock up your berth in the Big Ten championship game. So those games were important too. It's just such a different type of important that we're not accustomed to, right? It's just a different deal. And so, to me anyway, when I look at where they're at, like, this is, I don't know, maybe Luke Fickell doesn't think it's the bowl streak is a big deal, and that the 15 practices don't really matter. But I just, if you are the program that you have long been and you want to keep that image or narrative, even as you have changed the way you go about your business and certainly the offensive productivity and approach, I think it's important to win the game. And I think it's important to go to some mid-level bowl and all those things. I think fans feel the same way. Now, I know, I saw J.J. Watt had a pretty strong opinion on social media about the program's direction. But I do think that unless they've just kind of written these guys off, I think most alums and most fans still care deeply enough that they want to see the streak intact. They want to see the Axe back in Madison, and this game does matter. How it compares to when you have much bigger stakes than getting a berth in the Hulan Weed Eater Bowl or whatever bowl game they'd end up in, I don't know. But it's just so important for such different reasons than what we're accustomed to.
Jason, we appreciate the extended time. I hope you have as good of. Are you doing Thanksgiving early then? How do you manage Thanksgiving with the Packers playing late? It's probably good for you that they're playing late.
Yeah, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm not thankful for anything. No, we're gonna do something in the morning, and then I'm gonna head to the Tundra Trio. We've got Green Bay game day with Strofe and I will be in person, and I think Gabe will be with his family in Horicon. So
wait, Gabe's not working? Is he all right? Gabe is always working. We checked on Gabe. Is he okay?
Yeah, the fact that he's still going to be celebrating Thanksgiving with his family and then breaking away from them to work is the Gabiest Gabe thing ever.
Yes.
But one thing I will say is when Paula married me, and certainly when she was dating me, one of my favorite stories of when we were dating was when the Packers were trying to acquire Randy Moss. And I had a couple of guys in the building, one of them being John Schneider, a good friend of mine, who were giving me kind of blow-by-blow descriptions of the trade talks. and how close they thought they were. Obviously, the rug got pulled out from under them. But we were supposed to go out to dinner that night, and every time I thought the story was done and I had filed to the State Journal, Paula would put her jacket on, and then I'd get another call or a text. And we never left for dinner. And then, they played on Thanksgiving in 2007 in Detroit, and then they played the following week in Dallas on another Thursday. So, she didn't see me for, 2 weeks. I think we were even engaged at that point. And so my point is that we in the NFL, you know what we call Thanksgiving? Thursday, because it's basically just a work day. So it'll be a little different with a game this time, but I wish all you guys a very prosperous Thanksgiving, and I know you guys all have a lot to be thankful for, and so do I. So I'm just thankful that I get to be on this show once this week and not twice.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
That is Jason Wilde. John has to leave we're doing Minute to Win It, so you have to leave the studio now.
right now?
And Matt has to disconnect his video stream or however that works.
What should I do? Can I go putt?
You can do whatever you want. You just can't be here. Can you go putt?
Actually, John, you have to go out in the hallway.
You have to go in the hallway. Sorry, out that way because the studio, the audio's on. Yeah, so no phone. No, I'm just kidding. In fact, go stand in a dark corner. All right,
Radio silence, John.
How far do you think we could have gotten John to go?
I think we could have got him to leave the building. Honestly, I thought we were going to for a second there.
That would have been fun. All right, so we're going to give away some gift cards in a minute. What's the category?
So we're going to give away some gift cards for North and South for today's Minute to Win It. But first, we got to give the category.
Yep.
And today's category, since you were just talking to Jason Wilde about the Paul Bunyan Zax game and the importance of trophy games.
I love that we call it the Paul Bunyan Zax, it's like Paul Bunyan's a real person. And
of course he is. Yeah, he went to Wisconsin. He's a UW grad. What are you talking about? Come on, Jim.
Yeah,
be serious.
Next, we got Santa's Sleigh is the next big trophy game here.
Well, it's not the most ridiculous trophy name, and that's why I want to recycle this one. We did this with Alex G earlier in the year.
Yep.
The 17 Big Ten trophy games.
Okay.
What do we think the over-under should be for John and Matt participating today?
Do you remember what they did, what Molly and G did?
It was just G. It was no Molly.
Oh, God. How did he do?
Oh, I think we set the over-under at 4.5. He definitely hit the under.
Do we go 5.5 with two people? John, I'll be honest, I don't know John's
the wild
sports
card. That's the thing,
fandom.
is I'm not sure. Matt, I feel like we'll actually know one or two of these just because he's got weird sports trivia knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say 5.5. Yeah.
5.5? All right. 5.5 is the over-under. Callers?
Let's do caller 6 and 5.
5 and 6? All right.
5 and 6. Badgers record.
Callers number 5 and caller number 6, you're at least going to get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. If you get the right over-under, you get a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller number 5 and caller number 6, you're at least getting a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Might even be a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. 844-770-3776. We will play a minute to win it on the other side.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin dropping its 4th straight following the 44-25 loss at Nebraska. Defense allowing 473 yards. Luke Fickell frustrated by failing to get stops and self-inflicted wounds. His opening postgame words, audio courtesy Wisconsin Athletics.
This is getting obviously old. I don't have any excuses. We didn't play well. It's snowballed. We played really, really poor. We got to challenge ourselves. We're going to have to look real deep here in a short week and find out who's with us and who's willing to lay it all out on the line, for these seniors coming up next week.
Pella can customize windows and doors to look like they've always been a part of your unique home. Get 0% interest for 12 months at PellaWI.com.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every week to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, including one featured dive bar that will offer $2 High Lifes and High Life Lights for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like Ideal Bar, Hooterville, The Dam Bar and Grill, and Madison VFW 8483.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973, and they're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether it's the sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none and has exactly what you're looking for. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda HR-V Sport all-wheel drive for as low as $199 per month, or browse their selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
When I jumped off, I had a bucket full of thoughts. When I first jumped off, I held that bucket in my hand.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton is in Canada. Does Matt know he needs to be back? Is anyone... There he is. There he is. You weren't on the screen, Matt, so I just wanted to make sure that we had you back for this. I think you're going to be very important. I think you're going to help out a lot with John. We're going to play Minute to Win It in a minute. John Audius, Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. We are presented by Coors Light, but we are going to play Minute to Win It now, brought to you by our good friends at North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. I ate there twice last week, and it was obviously before the coaches show that you did out there, and then the next day I had a meeting at the one in DeForest. So double down, no regrets.
Oh, it's so good. The burnt ends.
Yes.
Get out of town with that.
Yeah.
The meat candy, Matt and I had a chance to share some of that before during our show. We've had the shrimp out there. Honestly, everything out there is fantastic. North South Seafood and Smokehouse, 3 great locations: Madison, DeForest, and Verona. Any one of those 3 locations. Here's what I like about it. I referred. So JD, that owns the one in DeForest, is a Bears fan. I ran into someone from Home and Lindsay, a friend of the show, and he's a Bears fan. So I was like, hey, go out. He lives in DeForest now. And I said, have you been out to North and South yet? And he goes, absolutely. And I said, well, next time you go, say hi to JD, and we all can commiserate on the Bears. So now I'm just making connections, too. So we do have 2 callers. Did they take the over-under?
So first caller was Matt in Evansville, and he took the under on these guys.
This isn't Matt Hamilton trying to win himself a gift card, right?
I don't know. It would be Matt in Newfoundland.
If you go over, if they pick the correct over under, they get a $50 gift card, and then the other caller gets the $25. So one caller gets a chance to pick it.
Okay.
So Ryan, I'll let you take it from here.
Will they beat the odds?
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
Or crumble under pressure?
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
I was explaining this segment to John before the show, and he looked like he was despising doing the show today because of this.
I hope I have one.
He might dislike trivia more than you do, Jim. Honestly. We might have finally found your
match. I wonder
match.
if he has the same. Mine comes from having to work at a restaurant where people came in and sat there all day and did trivia. And then they'd act like they were like sports fans. Like, no, you just know random things. That's not like sports fan. You just have a good memory.
That's the thing. I hate it because my memory nowadays is cranking. It's a little slower than it used to be. And so I'm trying to recall everything. Okay, let's just do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so today's category in Minute to Win It. Now, we were talking about Paul Bunyan's axe and the trophy game for the Badgers and the Gophers. What did you know? There's 17 trophy games in the Big Ten every year. So let's see how many of these Matt
Oh my
and John
gosh,
can
Ryan.
name off
No.
in 1 minute. All right, who's going first, Matt or John?
Yeah, just take turns going back and forth.
Can we say the X, or is that already off?
That'll be one of the options. But we
Yeah,
got first.
so if you want to go first and get one, that's a good one.
So,
All right.
so I can say the X
Yep,
right
John,
away.
your timer starts now.
The X.
There you go. You got Paul Bunyan's X, correct.
The pig, I think it's between Minnesota and Iowa.
That's not
It's like a
incorrect. It is a pig.
It's right. Go on.
Can I
Give it to him.
The Floyd of Rosedale. We'll give you that one, Matt.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Heartland Trophy.
The Heartland Trophy. There you go. That's Wisconsin and Iowa.
Does this have to be Wisconsin only, or anything?
No, these are the Big
Okay,
Ten.
okay.
I don't know any others. Is the Heartland one the Bell? Whatever. Pass.
Pass. All right, that's an incorrect
Little
answer.
Brown Jug.
Little Brown Jug. There you go.
Pass again.
Oh my God.
Is there a slab of bacon? Is that a thing?
That
slab
was
of-
formerly an option. That's an incorrect there, John. That was what the Badgers and Minnesota used to play for before Paul Bunyan's
Oh,
X.
dang it.
Really?
Yes, actually.
slab of bacon?
that was a thing still.
Matt, you got another one for us? You got a guess?
No.
John, you got a guess?
Wait, does that kill it? Like, Matt just got all three strikes.
It is, but I want to see if John knows anymore.
I didn't get all three. I got one wrong.
Well, Matt passed twice.
Yeah, so you passed.
Yeah, I definitely missed that. Ryan was giving us a bonus guess for some reason.
Yeah, take it.
I figured I'd give it to you guys.
I am drawing so many blanks. It's not even funny. I don't know, man. I don't know. Dang it.
I only could think of like four, and I only know what the shape of the trophy is. And I don't even know for sure. I thought there was a bell, a bucket, an axe, and a pig.
You should have just started saying some of those, Matt, because you would have gotten the Victory Bell. That's what UCLA and USC play for.
I did not know that.
And then what did you say? You also mentioned the bucket, the old oaken bucket.
That's
is what Indiana and Purdue play for.
I knew that.
Now, John, you did know the Little Brown Jug. That's Minnesota and Michigan because they have a rivalry trophy for some reason. Then you forgot the old brass spittoon, Indiana, Michigan State. Paul Bunyan's
the old
axe.
brass spittoon.
Oh, duh.
Did you guys know there's a Paul Bunyan trophy? Not Paul Bunyan's axe, but Paul Bunyan's trophy.
Oh, no.
That's what Michigan and Michigan State play for.
Oh, good for them.
They just play for a miniature Paul Bunyan is actually what the trophy is.
And Paul Bunyan's supposed to be a big dude, so that's weird.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
Don't
make
they
sense.
know that Paul Bunyan's from Wisconsin, Minnesota?
There you go. That's what I told Jim.
So
He's from
earlier,
Minnesota,
Matt, I said
so-
that, like, I love that we call it, like, Paul Bunyan's axe. Like it's a real thing. Like, it's Paul Bunyan's
It's an
axe.
axe.
It's his axe. He used it.
Well, no, it would be much bigger than that. He could take down a whole couple acres with one swing. Don't you remember?
Yeah, and it would
you go.
actually be sharp.
When are we playing for Johnny Appleseed's hat?
That's what Massachusetts and UConn play for.
Okay, perfect.
Really?
No. But then there's also 5 bits of broken chair, the Freedom Trophy, the George Jewett Trophy,
Freedom.
the Governor's Bell, the
Didn't know that.
Illibuck Trophy.
No.
That's Illinois and Ohio State because
Of course,
Illinois and Buckeye, Illibuck. Then there's the Land Grant Trophy, Michigan State, Penn State. I'm pretty sure that one was made up. And then also the Land of Lincoln Trophy. You might have guessed it. That's Illinois Northwestern.
Oh, I did not know any of these.
And then my favorite, the Purdue Cannon. It's what Illinois and Purdue play for. They play for a trophy named after one of the teams,
Okay.
which is interesting.
So what did we get, and what was the
So
over?
does Illinois play for the most trophies?
I don't. They maybe do. They play for at least 2 on this list.
I think it's funny that in my head I'm like, slab of bacon, that's one. I'm like, yeah, one
So,
in like
real quick on a slab of
100 years
bacon
ago.
is that it was the original trophy, and then it like disappeared, and then the Badgers found it in like their trophy room
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
But they had updated all the wins that they have had were updated on there, only their
Oh,
wins.
so they were keeping it.
They basically stole it.
Some
and-
janitors in there updating it.
So like it was hilarious that like they basically stole the thing and were updating it, but that's why it flipped to the axe instead of the slab of bacon.
So if they had not stolen the slab of bacon, would we still be doing slab of bacon?
I think so.
You guys might have gotten
Maybe.
close to the over/under.
Doesn't Marquette, Wisconsin
gosh.
basketball play for like a
No,
milk
there's
crate?
no actual trophy.
I swear there
It's
was.
just called the I-94 rivalry. There's no trophy.
Okay.
That'd be cool if they did for basketball.
But that's not like an official name, is it?
No, it's not official.
That's just
an-
like a thing that you
I think
just
that's
said
what-
that a lot of people say.
Yeah, exactly. I think both teams refer to it that way, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like an official designation. It's not like
Well, what about if they play Milwaukee
Milwaukee.
Panthers?
Is that a basketball team? Oh yeah, that's right. Anyways, but yeah, the over/under was set at 5.5. So.
Who said that?
That would be Jim and I.
Ryan
It's
is
honestly
such
because of
a
you.
hardo. Ryan and Jim are such hardos. They're like, they should know these. They should know these obscure trophies.
17, we asked you to know 5.5.
You should know Illinois and Michigan State because you pay a lot of attention to those two football teams.
So here's where I was at.
Whatever it was.
Now, Matt's upset here. So, one, we knew that Matt would be worthless in this. John, you were the wild card. We just didn't know. We gave you too much credit. We're trying to figure out what's fair. We knew Matt was going to bring nothing. We thought, and you took the one that he would have brought, which was the Axe game. But otherwise,
we did get the pig. He got the pig.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, we weren't expecting a lot of Matt. So realistically, Matt takes solace. We just overestimated what John could bring to the table.
Okay.
That's it.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, I want to know the streak
Also,
of
though,
us
but also,
not
Matt,
getting the over-under.
Matt,
right
we
now.
could
you
be
guys
mad.
have been brutal.
We could be mad at you because Alex G did this like a month ago. So, like, if you listen back to the show, we literally did this exact one.
You've been paying attention.
Oh, shoot, I must have missed that show.
Yeah. So, it's on you because you could have run it through it and embarrassed all of us because
God, that would have been so sweet. You're just
It would have been.
Yeah.
I can't wait. One of these days they're gonna be like, name the top 10 curling teams in the world right now, and I will just rattle them out.
Are there 10 of them?
Oh my gosh.
What was our total again? 5?
5.5.
But what did we get?
You guys got 4.
Oh.
Giving, and that's
gave you
including
one.
the pig.
Oh.
As
So we really got
as a
3.
correct answer.
We
What
really
is
got
it?
3, but
What's
we
it
really
called?
got 2 because the axe isn't obvious.
It's the Floyd of Rosedale is the name of the trophy.
Yeah, the name
So
of the
I
pig.
got 2. So basically it comes down to we got 4, but 1 was a given with the axe. So it's really down to 3. You didn't even get it right, Matt. You said the pig trophy. That doesn't really count. So
Yeah.
basically I got 2.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay.
I hate how you broke that down, but that's accurate.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Green Bay Game Night. Following every Packers game this season, join Homer Tausch, Gary Ellerson, Jason Wilde, and the fans for immediate reactions and analysis. Green Bay Game Night on 100.5 ESPN and streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Well, the Green Bay Packers play on Thanksgiving, and then the Badgers taking on the Gophers on Black Friday. Packers first playing at 7:20 NBC game on Thanksgiving night. They'll be taking on the Dolphins and are 3-point home favorites at Lambeau Field. Make sure to tune into Green Bay Game Night starting immediately after that game goes final. And then also tune into ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day leading you up to kickoff of the Badgers and the Gophers on Black Friday. It's an 11 a.m. kickoff as the Badgers Gophers play for Paul Bunyan's Axe. Badgers also seeking to remain bowl eligible for the 23rd season in a row. Make sure to tune in starting at 9 a.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN. Also head over to ESPNWisconsin.com for more news, notes, and updates leading into both those games. And then stay tuned tonight on 100.5 for Bucks Heat as the Bucks take on their second opponent in the NBA Cup tournament. Bucks currently 2-point underdogs as they travel down to Miami. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's
let
gonna
me get
swing
this
on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Murr.
It's murr.
I'm the flower, Mr.
Mister, I did properly and correctly predict that game. And I'm not taking a lot of credit because I've done this before.
So you can tell Rutledge that. That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's kind of a roller coaster. Sports is a roller coaster.
Matt, let me ask you a
blowing
question.
my mind.
Matt.
I'm already tired, by the way. Just hearing all of this, I'm already tired and exhausted.
It was a day.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison with Matt Hamilton alongside John Audius. Here's Jim Rutledge.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, After Dark continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton, again, I have no idea what time it is. Is it dark where you're at? Is it light?
It's very dark. It's 7:45.
All right. You clearly are not near a window because when you ask if it's dark outside, most people look out a window. You looked at your watch. But
Well, I also was looking at the window behind me.
Okay.
That's the beautiful harbor of St. John's, Newfoundland, right on the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Jim.
Okay, there you go. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show? John Audius, Jim Rutledge in the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Wohlers shine behind the glasses. Pablo still there with you? Is he out?
Pablo's gone. He had to go work out.
That's disappointing. I'm telling him right now.
Taking care of
I
himself.
appreciate that.
Hopefully, at least he went to Carbon World Health. But let me tell you quickly about the team at Canopy Wealth Management. They take the time to truly get to know and understand the dynamics and goals for your financial future. Their logical, professional team brings 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry to the table for the benefit of their clients. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity isn't just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com. We are going to get to Don't Quote Me next, but I saw this on Blue Sky, and I'm going to steal it. I think it'd be kind of fun. So Matt Miller, NFL Draft Scout, is his Blue Sky account, and he is a ESPN NFL Draft analyst. And I don't know if you guys saw the news that Shaq Barrett is coming out of retirement. The Dolphins hold his rights, so it sounds like he might come out of retirement. I don't think he's going to play on Thursday, but maybe play for the Dolphins the rest of the season. So I wanted to ask this question. If you could pull one player out of retirement we could do it like this, your favorite team, because we all have three different favorite teams. Who would it be? 844-770-3776. So it can be we'll make it NFL, your favorite NFL team, 844-770-3776. Obviously, most of our fans, it's going to be what Packer would you want to pull out of retirement? Matt, and Aaron Rodgers is not retired.
Dead.
What's that?
Can we do alive or dead, any player ever?
Yeah,
or someone who could actually come back and play.
Do whatever you want.
Neither one of these is going to, you can reanimate whoever you want.
Okay, perfect. We're bringing Reggie White so I can have a pass rush.
All right. Yeah.
Ooh, I like where this segment's going already. I was thinking I would bring back, you know how we watched Mike Tyson fight at 58 years old?
Yeah.
Right? I was kind of just curious, how's he just going to move? How's it going to look, even at 58?
Rocky looked good when he was old.
Right. Bring me
in that movie, right?
In that movie. Bring me Adrian Peterson at 39 years old, and let me see if he can still got a couple of something left
but
in him.
You could take him in the prime, so you got AP.
Oh, wait.
So just bring him. Not come back to play, because he's reanimating.
Yeah, because Reggie White.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Reggie White, he couldn't really.
I'm going to tell you right now, Reggie White's not going to help you pass rush. I know Rashawn Gary struggles, but I think he'll do better than Reggie White.
Well, when you first asked that question, I was thinking real time right now. But okay, if we were just bringing back anybody.
If we're doing real time, I'd take Devin Hester on the Bears, and I actually feel like he'd do something. But yeah. More than Reggie White, I'll tell you that.
Well, this is just honestly just going to turn into us just picking all the Hall of Famers to bring back.
But we just want to, why not?
Okay. Come on, you're bringing Fran Tarkenton to the Vikings, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's put Tarkenton. Let me bring out 1998 Randall Cunningham while we're at it. Bring me Randy Moss.
Well, you get one.
And Justin Jefferson. Sorry, I was just ranking the whole team.
Yeah, you get one.
Oh, well then, give me Randy Moss with that. I changed my answer.
Wait, John, weren't you bringing back the whole boat? Don't you mean? Isn't that the whole boat?
Wah, wah.
Bring back the captain of that boat.
Wow.
Bring back the good vibes.
Are you guys bringing back Darren Sharper? What are we doing?
Hey,
all right.
By the way, already said Reggie White. We got that out of the way.
I don't want to go off topic, but I am not getting on Blue Sky. I'm not doing another social media. My phone, my attention's already taken all hours of the day.
So I've deleted Twitter from my phone.
Oh, you're done?
Yeah. So I use it for the browser. I have it on my computer, but for my phone, I go to Blue Sky.
Okay.
Because honestly, here's the thing. The weird thing now, when I log back on Twitter, I get like 4 or 5 new and all of them are bots. Every time I log back on, now that I've deleted the I think it's just full of bots. And so I don't even...
So they're trying to like lure you back in by being like, hey, look, you got a couple more phones.
Yeah,
But then you're like, those
exactly.
are bots,
so
bro.
I use Blue Sky on my phone. Threads is not really my thing. I had it on my phone. I think I'm going to pull Threads off. I'm just going to stick to Blue Sky. It looks exactly like Twitter. It operates like it. And all my favorite reporters right now, including not a reporter, but Hams Curl has moved over to Blue Sky. Not moved over, but he's in addition to on Blue Sky.
I think I've reached the point in my life where I'm going to fight any new social media. I'm stuck. I'm not doing your new social media and your new thing, and this is the new thing, and then more information out there, and then you got my social security.
Yeah,
I'm sticking to the old school until they're lame.
All right.
That sounds like a guy who says no news is good news.
Yes.
Ryan, who would you add? At 844-770-3776, if you could add one Packer out of retirement to this team, who would it be? And you can reanimate someone if you want to.
I will reanimate someone as well. And unlike these two, I am an actual college football fan. I know all 17 trophy games.
I'm sure you do.
And that's why I want to bring back the original Travis Hunter, Paul Hornung, onto the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
Have him play every position. All that defensive back help we need, he can play at that position. He can also play backup running back. He can return punts. He just fill in every hole that's on the roster right now. He's the all-time glue guy. And he'd be fun to go to the casino with.
844-770-3776. If you could bring one Packer, dead or alive, out of retirement, who would it be? Ben and Madison chimes in with, I think, a very good one, and that's Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
They have Charles Woodson on the team. His name's Xavier McKinney.
I think Charles Woodson would still make a massive
Wait,
difference.
who's the original Travis Hunter? Who'd you say again?
Paul Hornung.
Okay. But then you're also bringing back a guy that's like, I don't know, in 1950s shape.
Well, fair.
Like you're going to stick 1950s, hey, we just lifted some potato sacks.
He might explode the first time he set out on the football field.
He might explode.
We got to touch
That's true.
Head pop right off. We don't know what bones were like in the 50s. I mean, who knows?
All right, so like what era would you go? How far back would you go for a player?
You couldn't go
80s.
much into the 80s.
Yeah,
80s. That's about the max you could go back.
You don't think there's anyone before then?
Well,
One of
maybe-
those all-time legends?
Well, again, and with all due respect to Paul Hornung, Paul Hornung is not helping the Green Bay Packers.
I was
going
gonna say-
Bart Starr ain't helping the Green Bay Packers.
Well, I was thinking somebody from the Bears who might work.
Well, I'm taking Sweetness. I'm going to put Sweetness on
That
the
would work.
Bears.
Okay.
DeAndre Swift's a nice player, but to help Caleb Williams out, the greatest running back of all time, I don't think you need much. He didn't have a great offensive line for most of his career with the Bears, and he still accumulated up until Emmitt Smith just stat piled at LeBron James style past his number. That I would put Walter Payton on the Bears. The team's better. They're winning more games.
Can I ask a side question of all this? So Jordan Love gets injured again, and now you have to pull out a Packers quarterback.
Why even injured? Why has nobody picked Brett Favre? You wouldn't take Brett Favre over Jordan Love? Like a prime Brett Favre?
Yeah.
Really? Would you? I mean, would we? I mean, yes.
Matt says
Not
no.
when,
I don't
not
know.
with all the other options available. You
Okay,
can take
I get
a
what you're saying.
receiver
I
to
get what you're
help
saying.
them.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a quarterback position is not bad enough where I feel like I would need to replace it.
That's fair.
good
That's
point.
fair. So to John's
And
question,
Favre would be
if there was
throwing even more picks
if there
than
was a-
Jordan Love.
if there was an injury, are you picking Starr or Favre or Anthony Dillwick?
Why can't we take
Wait,
Aaron
why are we
Rodgers?
not picking Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers is
not
not retired.
Oh, former. Okay.
I was including Rodgers in my thought
Yeah,
process,
yeah,
but
me
you know
too.
what? You're
Yeah.
right. It'd be Favre then if you do it like that.
It's probably Majkowski.
I was thinking about it.
Mikowski! God, I should have been saying.
Lynn Dickey.
The Magic Man.
God, you and Strofe, right? Were you around for that?
I
These two self-proclaimed Packer fans / dum-dums thought his name was Magikowski instead of
I was
Tom
alive for
Mikowski.
3 years of his career on the Green Bay Packers.
That doesn't mean you don't need to know someone's name.
Honestly, it kind of does.
I mean, if you call him the Magic Man, I could see how you might.
That's why I would get confused.
That's how I've only ever known him. I didn't even know he had a name other than Don the Magic
Do you
Man.
not have YouTube? You watch a highlight, they're going to say his name, Don Mikowski.
Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on current highlights. You're gonna go back to the 80s and early 90s? Are you kidding me?
Goodness gracious.
That would
You
almost
gotta be joking me.
That would almost-
I feel old.
This did bring up a fun little thought process. We got 3 people from 3 of the 4 teams in the division. What I think kind of blows my mind is who would the Lions take? Because they wouldn't necessarily need Barry Sanders.
Oh, it would be Bears.
They don't really. They could. I mean, maybe Megatron is who you take.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
but
a good
like,
point.
I'm trying to think like who would you take on the?
Would you just
on
put
the Lions?
Stafford? Prime Stafford. Oh, he's not retired. Duh. Sorry.
He's not retired.
I think it'd have to
Jim.
be Megatron. I think it'd have to be
it's
Calvin
Megatron,
Johnson.
right?
Yeah, because you're right about the running game. Like you, I still want to see Barry though.
Oh no, I
I mean, I
know.
would love to see Barry, but
I know who
they
it
got
is.
2 stud running backs. Who?
The best option is their defensive line is good.
Are you going to go with?
But if they had Ndamukong Suh,
Yes.
prime Ndamukong Suh,
Especially with
Is he still playing?
Hutchinson
No.
out.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the one. I think that's a good pick. That's a good pick there.
I mean, isn't it Thanksgiving that he stomped on the Packer?
Oh, was it? It felt like that.
I think it was.
It felt like the Packers and the Lions played on Thanksgiving every year for like 5 years in a row there. So those all very
I don't know.
well blend
Packer
together.
fans hold on to that like the Bears fans hold on to 1985. So Matt, I'm sure you know exactly the day and year that happened.
Yeah, and time.
And when did Warren Sapp ear hole Chad Clifton? What day, time, and year was that too?
Oh my gosh.
97, 94?
Right.
What was that? Anybody know?
I don't know, but
It's probably pretty close.
the choir boys of the Green Bay Packers. Just ask Charles Martin. Like no team. The Packers have never done anything wrong to any player. Just send a
Thank
guy
you.
to a hospital.
Thank you.
For body slamming him after a play. But like, come on now, that's not like stepping on a guy's ankle.
This is football.
Rip and Rona chimes in with Gilbert Brown. We had a Nick Collins vote as well. 844-770-3776. The easier way to ask this, the trickier way, and I know we got to get the break here, would be what non-Hall of Famer would you pull out of retirement? Maybe that's where Don Mikowski comes in, if Joel went down. But like that would be a little bit trickier one. Non-Hall of Fame.
Antonio Freeman.
You guys actually no, it's Sterling Sharp because he's not in the Hall of Fame. That's
Nick Collins isn't in the Hall of Fame.
True. But McKinney.
Sterling Sharp would be pretty damn good. Yeah.
Yes.
I
That's a
stopped
good
listening,
one.
guys.
That's like
Chad Clifton, 2002. I was way off.
Wow.
Billy Schrader.
We asked what non-Hall of Famer would you pop on your team? Make it a little bit tougher.
Oh, Jordy Nelson.
Sterling Sharp is way better than Jordy Nelson. Sterling Sharp is one of the greatest receivers of all time. He just didn't play long enough.
Yeah. No, you're probably right.
I am definitely
I'll give it
right.
to you.
Like his numbers
Robert
are
Brooks.
amazing. His numbers are Devontae Adams-esque back like before Devontae Adams was born. So like nobody put up those numbers that Sterling Sharp was putting up. It is insane how great Sterling Sharp was in an era where receivers did not put up those kind of numbers. So I'll always stand for Sterling Sharp.
I'll bring John Randall. Wait, he's a Hall of Famer. Shoot. I don't know. Is Jared Allen a Hall of Famer? Remember he did that
He's
thing?
not.
No, he's not.
A
He's
great
not.
curler though. You can ask Matt Hamilton.
Is he really?
Yeah,
Well, I
he's
don't know if he's
actually
great, but, like-
pretty bummed about it. Like he's left some curling events early to go to like induction stuff, and yeah, he's still not in, and he is not thrilled about it.
How much do Packers fans hate that celebration he did? Remember that? He did he roped cattle or something?
Oh, yeah.
Something like
No,
that.
I hated it.
He started
I
with the
hated it,
Chiefs,
but I-
right? Is that why he did it? Because he started in Kansas City.
Oh, I don't. Maybe.
I think he's just a rancher. I think he's like from the Dakotas.
He owns like bulls in the bull riding contests.
Just on a side note, Sterling Sharp's last 3 years in the league, 108 catches for 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns in 1992.
Yeah.
And then 1993, 112 catches for 1,274 yards and 11 touchdowns. And in his last year in the league, 94 catches, 1,119 yards, and 18 touchdowns.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay, we'll take Sterling.
Sterling should be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest receivers of all time. He played 7 seasons and caught 600 passes for 8,000 yards and 65 touchdowns.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'd take that.
Yeah, I
I'd
think
take that.
Nice run.
everyone would take that. You also, if you're looking for a way to take your holiday season to the next level, you can reach out to our friends at Chalmers Jewelers, whether it's in Madison or in Middleton. Chalmers Jewelers is Madison's family-owned and Madison's custom jeweler. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Hey, it's ESPN Madison's Molly Brown. You've heard Jim Rutledge talk about Carbon World Health for years now about his experience with semaglutide, their 6-week experience, and all the ways he's changed his body and health. And I'm so excited to get my journey started at their new location in Sun Prairie at the Prairie Lakes Shopping Center. It's more of a med spa vibe there, so they've got the Botox, the injections, M-Sculpt, IV therapy, all the things. Go check them out. Tell them Molly from Jim, Matt, and Molly sent you.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every week to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, including one featured dive bar that will offer $2 High Lifes and High Life Lights for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like Ideal Bar, Hooterville, The Dam Bar and Grill, and Madison VFW 8483.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Steinhaffel's biggest Black Friday sale ever is happening now. Take $100 off every $14.99. Plus, get a $100 MasterCard for every $14.99 you spend. Or choose Steinhaffel's 0% 60-month financing. Save big on all the best mattress brands. And find amazing Black Friday doorbusters, like a recliner just $199. Sofas starting at only $299. Shop in-store and online at steinhaffels.com. Steinhaffel's Black Friday sale. 1 week only.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Kyle Walls here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Bruston Norman, and you know I'm watching every snap this football season with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app in hand. With over 5 million people playing and $2 billion won, Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in. Make a play with just $1 or go big. Play their pick'em game, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Underdog has all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You make picks for a pick'em entry and choose if players will go higher or lower when it comes to their stats. Maybe it's Jordan Love higher than 250 passing yards, or even Travis Kelce under 1.5 touchdowns. You can even win when you lose with Underdog's Double Flex option. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com, sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code KBN, and join me and millions of others and win big. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit ncpgambling.org.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Catch what you missed on the Varsity Podcast on Wisconsin On Demand, brought to you by Game Day Men's Health Middleton. Keep your performance up and on track in all areas of your life with Game Day Men's Health. Check them out at GameDayMen'sHealth.com/Middleton.
Looking to get away this winter? Well, now's your chance. Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. Our friends at Coors Light are giving away a Florida experience this December, and you could win. This trip for two includes a travel and hotel voucher, club-level tickets to the Boca Bowl on Wednesday, December 18th, and exclusive access to events surrounding the Boca Bowl. All you have to do is order an ice-cold Coors Light and scan the QR code at any of the following locations: Scotty Bar, Red Zone, Echo Tap, and Wando's. Coors Light. Enjoy responsibly.
Keep the elements out of your home with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We had howling wind coming through. The rooms were freezing. We were very apprehensive about changing them because we were worried about losing the charm of the home. We went with Pella because we knew that they had an amazing reputation. We knew that they were going to have the windows that would look like they'd been there forever, but with all the functionality that a window should have.
Order from Pella today and get no interest and no payments for 12 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30/2024.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Join the Badgers conversation with ESPN Madison on YouTube. Tune into the Jump Around with Jim Rutledge, streaming live every Thursday at 12:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and Simden Chevrolet of Mount Horeb.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, John Audius, Matt Hamilton with you. Matt in Canada. John and I are at the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. Matt, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush. Coors Light.
If you are looking to crush, you got holiday plans. It's that season. Head out to the Brews Company. They got different Christmas-themed events going on, including Icelandic horses coming through. They have snowy owls coming through. They have Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Lots of great things to do over at the Brews Company over the next few weeks. Get out to the Brews Company and enjoy the holiday season. We're going to get to Don't Quote Me. But, Matt, I should have sent this to you. We were sharing this during the break, that former ESPN Madison intern, Jay Valai, current Oklahoma Sooners co-defensive coordinator. He's coached with the Chiefs. He's coached with a few different teams, Alabama for a little bit, and played for the Badgers, most importantly. Is a legend that I think is forgotten a little bit in the Minnesota-Wisconsin legacy. And when Jay Valai was an intern, I got to know him really well. Jay Valai, and I sent the video, we're going to share it on ESPN Madison social at some point leading up to the game to get people amped for it on Friday. He hit a Minnesota player so hard that he knocked the M emblem off of their helmet. You can find it on YouTube, but again, we'll share it at ESPN Madison on social media and get closer to the game.
That's
but
beautiful.
Matt, honestly, what would be the equivalent in curling? Is that just falling and cracking your head on the ice? What would be the equivalent in curling or in volleyball, I guess, to getting the M knocked off of your helmet? Matt, I'll let you go first.
There was a guy, still is. He's actually a pretty good curler.
Good. I didn't know where you were going to go with that. Died on the ice.
But he did go to sweep a rock, and ice conditions sometimes they're a little funky, and it was frosty, which makes gripping the ice tough. And he basically, you know what a sailor dive is, where you arms behind your back, head first, right in the water.
Oh yeah.
He basically did that on his eyebrow right into the ice.
I hate this story.
He was concussed. And he came back to try and help him win the game in the last end, concussed, and did not help.
Threw it the wrong way. But
yeah, he threw it through the house. Rumor has it is it's still going, which is it's happened in 2016.
I think the volleyball equivalent is like an attack that you get hit in the face.
Yeah.
And that actually, a couple things. Well, one Badger is out because she got hit in the face with a volleyball, and it wasn't even an attack. It was during warm-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Lola comes back here soon, Lola Schumacher. But Devin Robinson actually got a USC player last week or whenever that was when they were at USC, got her right in the face. It's just, imagine taking a shot from Devin Robinson. Good luck. Oh, my God. I couldn't even imagine how much that would hurt.
Matt, before we get to Don't Quote Me.
Yeah. You got to.
Yeah, because this could be Matt's Don't Quote Me. So when we had Devin on, Matt did the most, I don't even know what it is. He was trying
basically becoming relatable.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to think about. Yeah.
I also played volleyball, but at a very, very low level.
Okay.
And then,
it'd be like the equivalent of telling Matt, hey, I curled once, so let me share some curling stories.
Okay, yeah. I've got a great curling story for you, Matt, but go ahead.
So, basically, we've had two guests on a college World Series or softball World Series pitcher, national
Peyton
champion.
Monticelli.
Peyton. And
she's from Cedarburg, Wisconsin. She pitched at Oklahoma, so we had her on because she was a big hero in the softball World Series.
Nice.
And we were trying to decide if I could even make contact, hit it and play. And then we equated that to Devin. If I could get one dig on like, I don't know, 50 hits. And I was like, maybe one.
I don't think so. No, I mean, when was the last time you played volleyball?
I don't know, like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
But like sand volleyball.
I play sand volleyball all the time.
Okay. If you had 50 tries?
50 tries.
And she's just like no block up front? Like she is just attacking at the net? I don't know if you get one.
She's probably trying to hit me. Like, I don't think she's trying to play it to a corner. I think she's literally trying to.
Well, you know what? Then if she's trying to hit you, you might luck into one. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The same with hitting. Like,
honestly, if she made Matt run around, he'd be dead in 5 minutes.
You wouldn't even touch one. But
no,
I think
exactly.
50 blasted right at you, you might luck into one.
Right off the forehead, back the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, to your point.
Wait,
like 1 or 2 bad hits from Matt, and he might just be too injured to get the 50.
Oh, yeah. It might hit you in the face, too.
So
yeah.
I feel like, and I would too, like Matt would call no mas before because he would just be too injured, or like a doctor would come in and be like, all right, that's it.
Okay, stop the fight.
I know you got a big head, like a curling rock, but like you got to pull it.
I don't know. There's nothing going on up here. Like, I'm pretty sure I can take a couple shots to the face.
All right. On that note, let's
not gonna make me any uglier.
Let's play Don't Quote Me.
We're not saying it's gonna happen.
Let it ride.
But if it does, then we want credit.
Say that again, because that is an amazing take.
I told you all.
If not, well.
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said.
Yeah, guys, it's time for our Don't Quote Me predictions for the football weekend. And not actually a football weekend, because we got Packers on Thanksgiving, Badgers on Black Friday, the football holiday days. So we're going to make some predictions, some long shot predictions for this weekend's Badgers-Packers games. So who wants to start us off? Jim, what do you got? You got Packers or Badgers related for us?
I will go, gosh. You know what? I'm going to go Badger related. And I am going to say, I got to make a bold prediction here, that Darian Dupree will lead the Badgers in rushing, and the Badgers will beat Minnesota. I'm going to go 17-13.
Sound very confident.
Yes.
So what's the big prediction there? Is it just the rushing?
The Dupree. Well, it's the Dupree part of it because he's not their starter, leading the team in rushing. So it doesn't have to be anything like outlandish. So that's it. I'm going to go. He's never led the team in rushing. Tui Walker usually get most of the carries.
He actually led the team in rushing last week.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What did he rush for?
I think he had 68 yards, some garbage time yards.
Do you want me to change it then? Do you want me to go to over 100, or how do you want me to do it?
Over 100, that's bold.
All right, well then I'll be bold. Over 100 yards rushing for Darian Dupree.
I like that.
So we can call each other out and make it a little bit more bold.
So what happens if he rushes for over 100 yards but the Badgers lose?
That's what I meant.
Then I just don't.
No, why'd you put more into it? And the Badgers will win,
Look, John,
and it's going to be 28 degrees.
I hit one. I missed it by a little bit because you're right.
Do like a parlay here.
Because I did. The Bears were going to lose and demote Shane Waldron after the loss, and they lost and fired Shane Waldron after the loss. So I got caught up in the phrasing there. It can get you.
Okay.
But we got to make him a little bit hard, because just saying Dupree runs over 100 yards is not difficult enough. I don't have to hit the score, but I do want to hit the win.
Badgers win.
Badgers win and over 100 yards.
Okay.
I feel like you did 2 of them there. I'm only going to do 1.
Okay.
And it's with the Badger football game. And I think the the air raid offense, I don't know, is it still kind of trying to be air raid-ish? I don't know. But I know this. Braden Locke is going to have a career-high 4 touchdown passes without an interception against Minnesota.
That's a good one, though. Wow. So, you do have a double, though, because you got the no interceptions and the 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns would have been slightly bold, but we got to go a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I'll go a little
slightly
bit
bold.
I'm picking his career game.
Yeah, he's throwing 3 before. So.
I mean, against Purdue and garbage time against Nebraska.
Right.
I'm going to ask a question. I'll be honest. Aren't they like Rutgers?
They have the best pass defense in the Big Ten.
Oh,
actually.
Okay. Well, now it's really bold, isn't it? Now it's super bold. But that's what I'm going with because Braden Locke's going to – I just think now that the offense is going to settle down. They're going to figure it out, right? Fire offensive coordinator. Now you're going to figure it out. Takes a couple of weeks. Career high, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks.
All right, 0 picks, definitely the very bold part. 8 straight games with an interception for Braden Locke, by the way. All right, Matt Hamilton, what's your bold prediction when you don't quote me for this weekend's games?
All right, I'm going to double up on both games, and I'm going to say between the Packers and the Badgers, we will have 8 different touchdown scorers.
Okay.
So if we get 4 from Audius, they're going to be 4 different receivers.
Okay.
And then if the Packers will have 4 different scorers, it might be Jacobs, Watson, Reed, and whoever. Tucker Kraft.
8 touchdowns in 2 games.
Yep, between the 2 teams. 8 touchdowns with 8 different scorers.
8 different. That's very bold. That's like, to me, that's like once in a lifetime bold. Am I wrong on that? Well, I mean, to have 8 different touchdowns to pick and to have 8 different scorers.
Fine, is 7?
No. Stay.
You
Stay with your bold.
You chose 8. You stay at 8.
I'm just saying. You get the glory.
I'm just saying.
I was going to say 7, but then when Audius was like, he's throwing for 4 touchdowns, I'm like, well, the Packers are going to get to 28.
Okay, yeah. No, this could be like.
He upped the ante for me.
Could this be like in your prediction, like 6 for the Packers and 2 for the? Okay, so it doesn't matter. It just kind of varies.
8 different touchdown scores between the 2 teams.
It's not so bad. It's pretty bold.
All right,
super bold actually.
It is pretty bold. All right, I'll keep mine.
Ryan's like, Badgers are going to win.
Yeah, I was thinking about saying it. I got to be honest. Don't feel super optimistic.
Well, they
about
didn't
the
let me
Badgers.
get away. I just wanted to say, I was like, the Bears will beat the Packers, and they wouldn't let me get that for my bold prediction.
Wasn't bold enough. Come on.
Anyways, go ahead.
Had to win by 3+ points is what we settled on. Which, by the way, even if they had made the field goal, they would have only won by 2. So his prediction would have missed. But I will predict also that both teams are going to win by double digits.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
So I think that Packers winning by double digits isn't a far cry off. I do think the Badgers doing it as well. I'll be honest, I do not feel good about the Badgers in this game at all. If they win by double digits, I will feel significantly better than I do today.
I think that's semi-bold.
It's only semi-bold?
Double-digit victories are kind of bold, though.
You think
2 of them.
Especially for the Badgers.
But also, even in the NFL, like, I get the Packers, like, but what's the line on this?
It's 3-point line.
Three.
against
So
the
it's a
Dolphins.
pick 'em, basically, because the Packers get 3 at home. So, yeah, there could be a garbage time touchdown that puts it to double. But, like,
Get those back. I get 2 backdoor covers.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible. 2 like pick sixes at the end of the game.
yeah, there you go. That would be bold if you predicted. And I'm going to get it on backdoor covers.
Okay, maybe a step
honestly-
above semi-bold. then.
Honestly, I'll do it that way then. I think both will be backdoor covers.
Well, now you're never going to get it. So.
No, I like this now.
But now he's a legend. If he does get it, because we're not
If
betting
he
any
does,
money. And that's
yeah.
the thing. We obviously do check this back, but we call it don't quote me because the whole point is, like, don't quote me on
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
Hey,
But we check
Ryan
it back,
wins.
so they quote
Ryan
us.
wins the boldest, and that's a hell of a feat because Matt's was pretty insane too. So
I think Matt's is pretty dang bold. I got to be honest. I think Matt went way overboard on this one.
Well, if it wasn't for Audius just banking on 4 touchdowns.
So you're blaming your bold prediction on my bold prediction.
I was at 7 in my head thinking
Matt's
that was
like,
bold enough.
Josh
Maybe, like, the
Jacobs
Packers
is
are getting
gonna
4.
get in the end zone, jumping through the air, Saquon Barkley style. That's my bold prediction. Like,
Oh man, I was stuck on 7. I had this one picked out for like an hour, and then John
as
goes,
someone who is,
But our predictions don't all have to become true. Like, you didn't have to base it off my prediction.
I know, but that's exactly the point. Is I am easily persuaded.
I've said this when Matt's off the air, but I'll say it now too. I'm like, he is obviously one of the greatest curlers in the world, and the team's one of the. And so obviously he's got nerves of steel. I've golfed with him. He'll knock down the putts. But on the radio, he gets nervous. He gets rattled. He is the guy. Like if you play like those video games where the controller starts shaking and everything goes wrong, like that's Matt when he does a radio show. Like if he gets rattled, everything goes wild. Like get him on a golf.
I'm not a media guy.
Get him on the
just
golf
an athlete
course.
That happens to talk on the radio.
Get him on the golf course,
Yeah.
and he'll knock down the key putts, key shots for you. Obviously, curling, he can do all that as well. But you get him on a radio show, he starts
Different world.
Yeah.
It's a different world. Yeah.
It's a different animal.
Yeah.
Just like that's what we blame Minute to Win It on, right, Matt?
It's a sweaty, nerdier animal.
Right, Matt? We blame Minute to Win It on that. That's why.
Oh my gosh,
Minute
that
to Win It's
ticking,
the worst.
That ticking triggers me. I thought I liked that segment. I hate it now. It's so I used to do okay, but now that me and a partner trade off back and forth, we've gotten worse.
Your next big curling match, someone's going to start doing try to throw you off, like give you a little PTSD in it.
Game over. I'm leaving the ice.
All right, we're 60 Minutes? What did you grab that from 60 Minutes?
I think it is 60 Minutes,
okay,
yeah.
All right. We're going to throw some stones next.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Kevin Bozeman, and when I'm in town, I'm making sure I'm always listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, even when I'm on air. I still listen to myself, because that's how great that show is.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m. Save up to 50% and more throughout the store on Friday-only super deals while supplies last. Like 1-pound bags of Blaine's brand walnut halves or pieces, just $1.89 each. 40% off Continental Pizza Ovens, only $29.99. And get a free $25 Blaine's gift card with every $100 spent on Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food and treats. Save up to 50% and more during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Black Friday sale starting at 6 a.m.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to join in on the fun with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks keeps your lineup live. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when your picks hit, You get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Finding the special healthcare resources families need just got easier. Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network helps kids with delays, disabilities, special healthcare needs, and mental health conditions. Call toll-free 877-947-2929. Ask questions. Get answers. Connect today toll-free 877-947-2929. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
They dance above me as I sing.
Fish Friday on a Tuesday here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Jim Rutledge, Sean Audius, and Matt Hamilton with you. We are done for the week after this segment, so I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. If you're looking for something to do over the holiday, you can go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Winners go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Over $1 million are won in jackpots every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. We have John Audius in here. We're going to play Throwing Stones. He's got a good one for us, Matt.
Okay, guys.
Wait, we got to do an open.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
All right, John, take it away.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but volleyball, the sport of volleyball, has 2 professional leagues starting up. One is already underway. Pro Volleyball Federation had its first season last year. Love Madison is part of the Love Volleyball League, that League One, that starts here coming up in January. But Pro Volleyball Federation had its draft yesterday. Devin Robinson was picked number 5 overall, second-round pick Caroline Crawford. And head coach Kelly Sheffield of Wisconsin had some thoughts about the Pro Volleyball Federation having its draft at the end of the college volleyball season.
You know, I don't know, depending on how you count them, 2 or 3 pro leagues that are going, which is amazing for our sport, amazing for our players. On the other hand, I'm very disappointed. I don't think we should be having a draft in our season. I think that is short-sighted by their league. I almost think it shows a lack of confidence to be doing it during us. I think we're the only sport that is having players worry about an active draft while they're still competing. There's a mess on our end of having to have conversations about what their futures are, and disappointment or the excitement that is away from team stuff that right now that they have to be better at.
Okay, so basically, I totally agree with him. Imagine the NFL draft happening right now at the end of the college football season. That's exactly what the volleyball players in college volleyball are going through right now.
Matt?
You know, honestly, I don't think it's that different, because the players that are going to be drafted in the NFL, they're talked about where they're going to go in mock drafts all their senior season, and people that are likely to come out, they all have an idea. That's why half of the best players don't play in bowl games anymore, because they don't want to get hurt. It's kind of par for the course. I think it's egregious to do the actual draft the way they did, but like, these players know if they're going to get drafted or not, and it's still going to impact their play and maybe decision making during the season anyway.
I'll give you that, Matt. I think it's still a slight distraction when you're playing an important time to get drafted. I also want to just bring up what the WNBA does, where the women get drafted, I feel like, within a week of the end of the season.
Mid-April.
Yeah.
We looked it up, yeah.
And then they start their season within a month of that as well. So that is insane, the fact that you wrap up a college season and then you have to jump right into playing, which makes me think that depending on the odds, like, I might bet Caitlin Clark to win MVP, because if you think about it, she basically played an entire college basketball season all the way down to the last game, got like a month off and then had to jump right into the WNBA season, still won Rookie of the Year, got better as the year went along. Now imagine a full season of like conditioning and letting your body recover.
And look how much better she got after the Olympics break, too.
Yes,
All of a sudden, Indiana looked like a totally new franchise, new team with her. So, yeah, I totally agree with that as well. But I agree also with Kelly Sheffield. I don't think you should be doing the draft at the end of the season and having, players take phone calls while they're still trying to prepare for the matches and the tournament.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kevin from Lodi chimes in with a happy Thanksgiving for everyone, so that's nice of him. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there listening.
By the way, more on that with the Kelly Sheffield show. It'll be heard on ESPN Madison.
And what do we have coming up next year, Ryan? What do we got here?
We got Bucks Miami Heat.
Oh, yes, and you sent me some news.
Yeah, Giannis is out for tonight's game. He has a knee effusion.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
A knee effusion?
Effusion.
What does that even mean? What's wrong with his knee?
Matt Hamilton, you're the professional athlete.
Yeah, I'll text Jen, who is working with some of the best orthopedics people around Madison.
Oh, right.
I know. It's where excess fluid accumulates in or around the knee joint. That's what I thought it was.
They used to just call that like fluid in the knee, but now we got to be all effusion.
Knee effusion.
Sounds like a club.
Yes.
In
Giannis
St. John. That's where Matt's going for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm going to Infusion on Thursday.
Well, enjoy Infusion, Matt Hamilton. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly. We'll catch you on Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Steinhaffel's biggest Black Friday sale ever is happening now. Take $100 off every $14.99. Plus, get a $100 MasterCard for every $14.99 you spend. Or choose Steinhaffel 0% 60-month financing. Save big on all the best mattress brands and